Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. As the work week kicks off tonight, another week of football comes to an end with a Monday Night Primetime contest between the Las Vegas Raiders and the San Francisco 49ers.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. Here we go on Monday Night Primetime.
Shit, I'm tired.
And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first
I had good sleep.
first action in this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. McCarthy throwing right away. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory. Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. He's got Jalen Lane. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that means it'll be first down San Francisco.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Here's McCarthy on 1st and 10. Has it downfield. It's Chase. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
Goal at the 6-yard line.
Drive has kind of seemed destined for the end zone, partner. First of a few chances now to reach it. Play action, McCarthy. Catch made. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line. Offense in the hurry up here.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the Raiders' 5-yard line.
Throwing again now, McCarthy. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So his first blemish, Brock, after that perfect 4-for-4 start. And wouldn't expect one incompletion, though, to stop him from leaning on him this opening drive.
No, I don't think so. And I think more than anything, you see the defense kind of ball can hit the ground on this side.
3rd and goal for McCarthy. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that brings up 4th and goal. Okay, already a big decision to make on your opening drive, Brock. Is this 4-down territory, or do you take the field goal and be happy to start off with some points?
Well, remember, Kate, and I think we're going to see this all year long. This new kickoff rule is real. You know, that ball now coming out to the 35-yard line, it affects the data and the decision-making. You're going to see more and more teams be aggressive, and I would be.
And they apparently don't want a field goal to start this game. They want 6. They're going for it. Again, McCarthy to throw. And he brings it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers finish up an excellent opening series.
Harrison Butker on for the point after.
Once it became goal-to-goal, Brock, that field goal team just didn't feel like they were ever going to see the field. His team was committed to making a statement on the opening series, even if it meant leaving the offense out there on 4th and goal.
Yeah, I think that's really well said, Kate, for a couple reasons. Number one, you do get a chance to finish, right? So you do all this work to get there, you want to finish it. But you also know if you don't get it, well, you set your opponent up with some really bad field position. I love that decision.
And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Back to throw. Brought in by Jake Ferguson. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. And it's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's a Vegas first down.
Here we go, set.
Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
On the jump.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3.
Let's go now.
Looking in the air here. Chased out to his right. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Ready, go.
They'll run it. Here's Pacheco. And ooh, this one does not have a chance. They were ready for that one, and the effort brings up 4th down.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got him tackled behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
On the move, headed right. And it's a turnover to begin their game. That's incomplete on 4th, and it's going to go over on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
On it, and he nearly picked it. So couldn't hang on in the end. The offense got lucky on a risky throw there. It's 2nd down.
Kate, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss, whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
He completes it in traffic. Gain of about 8 here. Nice pickup, but he stopped a second before he can move those chains.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2. McCarthy escapes the pocket. A risky throw, and they're going to intercept it. Along the right sideline, there's space. And he's going to score on the pick 6. Touchdown, Las Vegas. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Great starting spot here for the 49ers. They're headed up 1st and 10. Trying again after the pick. McCarthy completed over the middle. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 39-yard line.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Get some space around midfield. Still has some space inside the 35. And he's going to score. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers just need 2 snaps to steal the lead.
I think he'll take his highlights however he can get him on a handoff, pin-off, a pass. It really doesn't matter. The important thing is he gets the ball, he gets the touch, and he can do his damage. Big time.
That one splits the uprights. And the 49ers take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. Butker on now to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense is set. First and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
That's complete. Isaiah Pacheco shoots another one. And he's going to be pushed down up near that 40-yard line. That play good for 17 and a first down.
Something out of nothing, Kate. That may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Now they're going to throw out of the gun. He put everything he had into this one. That's grabbed inside the 30. That's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. It's a 14-7 game. Back to Levi's Stadium right after this.
A gain of 34 yards. And the Las Vegas first down.
Time now for the second quarter. Raiders in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go. 70 Timberwolves.
Takes the handoff. Now to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
It's Pacheco on 3rd. They stop him after a gain of about 3. Leaves him looking at 4th down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Viking 18.
They're going to throw for it on 4th. Connection made to Shaheed. And they come through to stay on the field. That is enough to set this offense up with a 1st and goal.
That's another Raiders.
Come on. Ready?
They'll run Pacheco. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Call it around 3 on the play. They're set up with 2nd and goal from the 5.
SOS. You hear me talk about it between the 20s a lot. Stay on schedule. But it comes into play 1st and goal situations too. Because a run like that now, they'll leap.
Oh, they tried the rattle. It's a high ball. And it looks like the offense got that one back. Yes, they did. They pounce on it inside the 10. Woo, let's give them a second there. Give Give him a sec. I'm going to imagine his heart's probably going, what, 150, 160 beats per minute right now, Brock, after nearly losing that fumble.
Yep, and it wasn't just a ball he dropped there. It was at least 3 points, too. But fortunately, that ball stays with him in the red zone. And now I'm really curious. It's one of those moments, Kate, where they put the ball back in his hands, trust him again to hold on to it, and maybe go get that touchdown you know he so badly wants. Well, it was bad enough that the previous run went backwards. You've got to have balance in this league. I mean, you really do. There's no chance offensively to find sustained success unless you present run and pass to a defense. And right now, this defense is owning your run game.
So the offense staying on the field from a bit of a distance here. They're going for it on 4th and goal.
Cougar 19, 18, Rattler, 18, go.
They'll throw for it. He falls to the pass rush on 4th and goal. That defense coming through, forcing a turnover on downs. First call here coming from the shotgun. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
McCarthy fires out wide, complete. Arrives at the 40. Inside the 20. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers grow their lead just before halftime. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this